Today we're going to talk about intercepts like the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So on the y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis. So in the point, the x value is always going to be 0. For the x-intercept is where the line crosses the x-axis. So in the point, the y value is always 0. The x-intercepts are also known as zero of the function because the x-intercepts are where the value of the function is 0. Example 1. What is the y-intercept as a number? So here's the y-intercept right there, and the number is 5. So therefore, the ordered pair would be 0, 5. Number 2, what is the x-intercept? Well, the x-intercept is over here on the x-axis, which is -5. So that would be an ordered pair of -5, 0. Then it says, what is the slope of the line? So you can either go all the way up and over, or you can just look for another point of intersection. So basically it's up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, or you could have gone up 5 over 5. Regardless, the slope is going to be 1. All right, this next section says, well, how do you find the x and y intercepts from an equation such as -4x plus 2y equals 0? To find the x-intercept, which is the same as the 0 of the function, you're going to let y be 0. Well, if you let y be 0 right here, that's 2 times 0, which is 0. So basically, you don't even have that y term anymore. So that's why I have over here, what you have left is -4x equals 8. So then we would divide both sides by -4. And 8 divided by -4 is -2. Therefore, the ordered pair is -2 and 0. All right, so now it says, well, let's find the y-intercept. That means we're going to let x be 0. So if you put a 0 right here in place of x, that's -4 times 0, which is 0. So basically, you don't even have the x term. So what you have left is 2y equals 8. Divide both sides by 2, just a basic one-step equation. And so 8 divided by 2 is 4. So therefore, the ordered pair would be when x is 0, y is 4. And then it says, now graph the two ordered pairs on the coordinate plane above. All right, so I'm going to come up here and I'm going to graph that on the coordinate plane, the two ordered pairs. So I'm going to graph -2, 0 and 0, 4. And so that's what the line would look like. So it goes through the x-axis at -2, which would be -2, 0. And it goes through the y-axis at 4, which would be the ordered pair of 0, 4. All right, let's take a look at problem 4. They want you to use the x and y intercepts. So if we're going to find the x-intercept, you let y be 0. So basically, all you have to do is divide by 2. And so 6 divided by 2 is 3. All right. And then if you're going to find the x-intercept, or excuse me, the y-intercept, you're going to let x be 0. So you just cancel out that x term. So that's why we have 3y equals 6 left over. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. So 3, 0 is your x-intercept and 0, 2 is your y-intercept. That line's not very good, but we're just going to move on and go with it. All right, let's look at the back page. So we've got 2x minus 5y equals 10. So if we're going to find the x-intercept, we let y be 0. So we're going to cancel that out. So you're going to have 2x equals 10, divide by 2. So x equals 5. So we're going to make that 5, 0. Then, if we want to find the y-intercept, you're going to let x be 0. So basically, you just cancel out the x term. So you have negative 5y equals 10 divided by negative 5. And 10 divided by negative 5 is negative 2. All right, let's take a look at number 6. So if we want to find the x-intercept, our y has to be 0. Well, here is our y. This one's set up just a little bit differently. So if we put a 0 here in place of y, now we have to solve this using a two-step equation. So I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides, or I could have subtracted 2x. It doesn't matter. So I have 2x equals negative 4. Divide both sides by 2, and x equals negative 2. So that would be my x-intercept. Now then, your y-intercept. This equation is in slope-intercept form. So if it's already in slope-intercept form, you know that your slope is 2, and this number right here, that's your y-intercept. So your y-intercept is 4, and your x is 0. All right, let's take a look at using the table to identify the terms. So the x-intercept is when y is 0. So your x-intercept would be negative 4. The y-intercept would be when, so this is your x-intercept if you want to label it on the table. And then this would be your y-intercept, which is when x is equal to 0. So that would be 6. The slope of the line, you can determine that by picking any two order pairs and doing the circle, circle, dash, line, dash. I'm just going to go ahead and pick those order pairs that I have circled. All right, so we're going to do the circle, circle, dash, line, dash. So we have 0 and 6. We have negative 4 and 0. So that's negative 6 over negative 4. We're going to reduce this by 2 to give us 3 over 2, or 3 halves. The 0 of the function. All right, remember what I talked about way back here on this first page? The 0 of the function. So right here it says the x-intercept. They're also known as 0 of the function. So that means it's when y is 0. Okay? So when we come back here, it means our x-intercept. Well, we already have our x-intercept, so it's going to be negative 4 as well. So remember, the 0 of the function and the x-intercept are the same exact thing. It's just asking you a little bit different way. All right, let's look at problem number 8. It says, what will happen to the slope of the line in the graph if the x-intercept remains the same? So this is your x-intercept. It's going to remain the same. And the y-intercept moves up 6. So if you're down here at negative 3, and we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's what the new line looks like. So what will happen to the slope? Will it increase? It's basically goes from positive to negative. So it's not going to increase. The slope will change from negative to positive. Nope. The slope will remain the same. Nope. The slope will change from positive to negative. And that is the correct answer there. Okay. I hope you understand these notes. Thank you.